Hey, what's up, precious metal peeps? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals for our Tuesday update. Hey, listen, nice day out there. Let's first acknowledge what a beautiful world we live in, especially what a beautiful place we live in Broward County here. And actually anywhere in South Florida, and I'm sure everyone in the world can say that their hometown is beautiful. We can say it down here and we can prove it. Just look at that. Isn't that awesome? I'm so thankful to live in a place like this, as we all should be. Anyway, I'm going to move along to precious metals and what has happened yesterday. Oh my gosh, I was wrong. And actually, I wasn't wrong because, actually, listen to me, denial. That's the first thing, denial. But really, I wasn't wrong. I kind of suspected that we would have go back and listen to the video yesterday. I suspected we'd have a par value or an update. But, but that's the caveat. But is always a caveat. Whenever you hear anyone say but, it means that there's something else coming along that may contradict to what they just said. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, is I'm going to contradict kind of what I said, that I was wrong. Because if you listen to my videos on a nightly basis, you see that, what do I talk about? I talk about a strong dollar. My caveat is always, when I end these shows, I kind of am looking at the trends right now. I'm looking at trends of what the world markets are closing at, what the world markets are at, what New York might open at. There's kind of been a trend there I've been following that seems to be worked pretty good most of the time, except when we have dollar strength. And that's exactly what the dollar strength did 2 weeks ago and what it did today. A little knockout punch to precious metals. However, it's temporary because really, this is what the dollar is. The dollar is going to have its moments where it's going to knock out precious metals a little bit. You may have a day, 2 days, a week, and maybe even a little bit longer of a really strong dollar run. But really, it's not going to last beyond that. And it will knock down the price of metals, and it has, and it does. Right now, I think we've got a couple things working for us. Consistent money printing is going to weaken the dollar and strengthen the price of gold, in my opinion. And that's a good thing. For us precious metal people, it's not a good thing for the country in general because it means their dollar will buy less, our dollar will buy less. However, today's movement was strictly a movement in dollar strength, which caused, and I wish Wall Street Journal did great headlines like this. I don't know who Tyler Durden is. I think he's the guy that actually runs or writes the Zero Hedge. But I do like his titles on some stuff. Wall Street Journal should hire him, or Bloomberg's or somebody. It's one of the major institutions to let this guy write for him. Banks bust, bullion battered, but big tech bid again. And basically, man, what more do you need to know? That's just like one sentence. Bank stocks got creamed today. Bullion got battered pretty good because of a stronger dollar. But the big tech stocks kind of increased. And the only thing we're really interested in here is the bullion got battered. But we know why. Again, strong dollar. That's what I've been talking about for the last several months now, or whatever. However long I've been doing this show, it seems like 7 months now. Wrong. Wrong. It's a strong dollar that's causing these downs, and it won't last for long. And it provides a good buying opportunity for you as well. This is what we're looking at in the long term of the dollar, which again, if you've been watching my show this week, you'll see that I told you to kind of study what a fiat dollar is. And the reason the dollar is so weak because it is a fiat currency. And this is what happens to fiat currencies. They get weak and unable to sustain what they're supposed to do. Again, banks bust, bullion battered, but again, temporary. Don't worry about it. Let's take a look at the Wall Street Journal today. A couple things. Again, politics. Interesting here. I think this is not a good sign for the economy and a good sign for precious metals. Again, I always look for these little signals from banks and from federal, from central banks, and when the Fed speaks. And J.P. Morgan is like the Fed speaking to some degree sometimes. You don't know what's coming out of their mouth, whether it's true or not. But when they say something, it's usually meaningful to listen to. J.P. Morgan Citigroup signal economy is not out of the woods yet. Duh. I'm sorry. I just realized they actually pay people at JP and Citi to figure this out for them. Okay, we'll see. Economy not out of the woods yet. When you constantly print money and most of your workforce in the country is out of work because of stupid closures over a virus that barely kills a small percentage of people, I can see why. I'm looking in here, and what is that? Streetwise, does gold protect your investment? think again. Look at this, Wall Street Journal, another hit article on gold. In fact, I will save this article right here. You can read it here, but I will save it and talk about it tomorrow night because, again, I just kind of caught me by surprise. Think again. Look at this. How would I have been saying for, I don't know how long, Wall Street Journal hates gold and silver. Every chance they can, they trash it. I don't know why they would, just because, well, all their advertisers are stock people and the kind of people that wouldn't want you to own these gold bars. Anyways, God, that article just surprised me. You suck, Wall Street Journal. I'm sorry, you do. When it comes to precious metals, you just suck. Sorry. Anyways, that's really, I'm going to end it on that angry note. Oh, over here, I saw this too. On Wall Street regulation, Joe Biden keeps everyone guessing. I'm going to make a prediction here, and I'm not voting for either of the candidates. I really not going to say who I'm going to vote for because I'm not going to get political. But what I can tell you is that, in my unbiased opinion, I think Biden's going to lose it. And I could be wrong on this, but the reason I think that is because I think that because of his talk about regulation and talk about regulating Wall Street and taxing Wall Street and taxing Wall Street corporations and rich people more, I believe if they felt that Joe Biden was going to win, that the stock market would have tanked or started to tank already or would have tanked sooner. I don't think that's the case. I think the stock market's already figured in a Trump win. Love him, hate him, whatever, I don't care. However, to me, it looks like Wall Street's already factored in a Trump win. That's just my opinion. Let's see what happens. I could be wrong on that. And I'm not going to bet on it. Anything could change because it is, as they say, whatever incumbent is in there, whether it was Obama or Trump or whoever, it's theirs to lose the race. It's the incumbent's race to lose. So we'll see what happens. Trump could lose it just by saying something wrong or doing something wrong or an economy just takes a shit on him. Anyway, let's take a look at precious metals real quick here and see what's happened. 1888 was the close in New York, $24 on silver. Silver got really monkey hammered. I mean, it was like $1. I mean, a 10% move for silver, 5% move is nothing for silver pretty much, and 10% is not out of the question. You wouldn't winch anymore at a 10% move. Maybe a 10% would if it was one day. But these 5% moves in silver just seem like normal now. It's just like all over the place, erratic. However, I like the opportunity. If you can see these dips like this, buy the dips, buy the dips. That's just my opinion. Same thing with gold, buy the dips when you can. And platinum, just like the metal, but man, it's just so slow moving when it does move up. But platinum's going to follow gold for sure, and silver is going to follow gold definitely, but most erratically on the way up and down. World spot prices up higher from New York. Same with silver, it looks like a little bit there, and at platinum as well. And the aftermarkets are open, and they're a little bit higher. The caveat, again, I think that we will see about par value or a little higher prices tomorrow in New York. The caveat always, as always, is dollar strength. I think that the dollar strength has a big short-term impact on the price of gold, on these day-to-day moves and these weekly moves. However, I don't believe it can last long. I don't think the dollar can stay strong for long. I think these temporary dollar spikes, and whether it's a day or a week, again, are just that, temporary. So if you can buy the dips on precious metals as they're reacting to these dollar spikes, do it. If not, just wait them out because the dollar is not going to stay strong for long. That's just my opinion. Anyway, this is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful water by the sea at that. I think I might go out and do a little bit of fishing right now before the sun goes down as well. I'm only a couple blocks from the beach here in the store while I'm doing this report. Might as well grab my pole and go do that. Listen, if you got any questions about precious metals, gold, silver, platinum, or anything, please give us a call at 954-493-8811. Happy to give you spot prices and educate you on what you need to know and tell you what the best product of the day is, the best deal of the day is. Always happy to do that. Thanks for watching. Let's see what happens tomorrow, and have yourself a great evening. Good night.